Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Emily, author of the Xerus Galaxy Saga, and today is the day! I'm so excited. The Kickstarter for my third book, Rising from the Galaxy, is live and I want to talk about it. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you around. I wanted to tell you a little bit about kind of some of my books and what's happening with this Kickstarter and what it's all about. I won't go too deep into Kickstarter because I did do another video on that recently, so you should go check that out. But for now, all you need to know is that I published this book, which is Suspended in the Stars, with these beautiful edges. And then I went on to do this book, Falling Through the Black, also beautiful edges. And then today, the campaign for the third book, Rising from the Galaxy, goes live, or is live, depending on when you watch this. I am really excited about this book. Now, this is just a mock-up because I wanted to be able to have all three books to kind of look at. I wanted to tell you a little bit about what it's like to put out a Kickstarter. Today, I have 7 things about Kickstarter that I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to try to do it pretty quickly so that you won't have to watch this video for very long. The first is, how does crowdfunding work? So the neat thing about Kickstarter is that it allows basically anybody to put up any kind of product that they want to see if there is a desire for that product. I have done the last 2 campaigns, so I know that there's an audience there for those books, but I also need the finances in order to produce the same quality of book. So I take it to Kickstarter and allow people to back the project. Which leads me to number 2, what does backing mean? So basically when you go to the Kickstarter landing page, you're going to be met with what is called the story section. And that is just me being able to tell you as a potential backer all about the book. And because it's the third book in the series, it's kind of long because it goes through a little bit about book 1, a little bit about book 2, and then on to some information about book 3, but I try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, so just make sure you read all of my warnings so you don't jump ahead to a part that could spoil you on the series. Anyways, backing a project basically means that you are pledging, you are promising to pay an amount of money towards the campaign based on what tier you choose. So for my campaign, there are a bunch of different tiers that go from ebook all the way up to limited edition hardcovers with those really pretty sprayed edges. So if backing a project is something that you're interested in, it basically means that you are pledging to pay that full amount once the campaign ends. So for my campaign specifically, for Rising from the Galaxy, it starts March 14th, today, and then it ends April 4th. And once that campaign ends, if we've reached or surpassed our funding goal, for me that's $2,000 for this book, then it will go into production. So that means that your card or whatever you've put on file will be charged on April 4th at probably midnight. I'm not sure when I'm going to end it, but more than likely midnight. So if you've backed the campaign, then the third thing you might wonder is, well, what do I get when I back the campaign? You have the option to choose, like I said, whatever tier fits you best. So if you want a beautiful limited edition hardcover, you're going to want to back at that specific tier. If you're new to the campaign, I have also included sets of all of the books in all different forms of it so that you can just get all of them at once if that's easier for you. But I've also changed things up this year where if you join the space, which is an option, a tier, you will get access to all of the add-ons. So you can kind of pick and choose what it is that you would want. Maybe that's audiobooks, maybe that's ebooks, maybe that's additional swag like bookmarks or character cards or my fun planet cards. But you're backing for that specific product, right? However, because of things called stretch goals, you actually will get more than you bargained for and more that you initially pledged for, which takes us to stretch goals. Stretch goals are a really fun thing that happens once we've met our initial funding goal. Like I said, my goal is $2,000, but the last 2 campaigns have actually met and then far surpassed that initial goal. We do that by reaching ahead to new goals, which are called stretch goals. For examples of stretch goals that we've had in past campaigns, we have added on planet cards, we've added on character cards, we've added on end papers for Falling Through the Black, which look really pretty. This was a stretch goal, but then also those who backed at a paperback level also got art prints. So there's a lot of different options. You can actually go check that out on my past campaign pages to see everything that we were able to create through those different stretch goals. Which brings me to my fifth point, which is why you should back early. You might want to wait and see, is this something I really want to do? See if we surpass that goal. I understand that. But there are some really neat early bird specials that I've added into this campaign that are unlike anything in my past campaigns. You're able to get all 3 books together. I'm talking the limited edition hardcovers. You're also able to get paperbacks and ebooks that are also discounted for Rising from the Galaxy. So if you're a backer that's coming from campaign 1 or 2, then you're going to be able to find that 3rd book at a discounted price, but it's limited to the first 24 hours of the campaign. So make sure you back early. The 6th point is a question I get often, which is when will I get the book? I don't have hard dates on that yet since it is a much longer book than my last 2 and I still need to go through the final editing process, but I would say it's safe to assume you would probably be able to get your books by, at least the paperbacks by July, and then the hardcovers by August. That's a goal. We'll have to see if we get there. Usually the sprayed edges take a little longer, so that might bleed over into September. And then finally, number 7 is, why should I back the campaign when I could just wait to purchase the book later? Yes, you could purchase the paperback of Rising from the Galaxy anywhere, but this is a limited edition, and so these hardcovers are not put out wide. So backing the campaign ensures that you do get this specific cover. When I publish them wide, they actually have a different cover, so you won't be able to get the faces on the cover. But then secondly, you also get all of the swag that's included with this campaign that you don't have the option to get once the campaign is over. All of those pins, the fun planet cards, bookmarks, things like that are limited edition and specific to the Kickstarter. So back in the campaign just means you get way cooler stuff, and you're also part of putting that book into the world. And you get your name in the back of the book, which is really fun. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what it's like to back a Kickstarter and why you would want to. It helps me out as an author with the ability to create such a special limited edition with fun sprayed edges, stamped case under the cover, in addition to hopefully end papers if we hit that stretch goal, interior art printed in the book, and so much more. If you haven't yet, would you like this video and then subscribe if you're not already a subscriber? It means the world to me and it really does help this channel grow. I am so excited for this campaign to be launched into the universe today, so go check it out. There is a link below in the description of this video, but also in the description of my channel. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram at Create Explore Read, and I am always chatting back with people. If you got questions, don't hesitate to ask. As I like to say, go boldly and write, my friends.